This is the Joe Zone.
Yo, 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 this is the Joe Zone podcast. And I'm here today with my homie, Damien Roman.
What's up? What's up, all the Joe Zone listeners?
All the Joe Zone, all the zoners.
The zoners.
Everybody that's zoning out tonight, like. I'm like the Steve Jobs of podcast tonight with my Polinic. Check me out. Don't I get the
You must get the Polinic, man.
I wrote that one down, the Steve Jobs of podcasting, and didn't even get the result there from Nantel. Like I thought you'd at least get it. Anyway, like I said earlier, I got Damien Roman with me this evening, on the Saturday evening. We normally come to you on a Thursday night, but we got a special time. It's slot from our homie. Like Damien and I has known each other like since 1996. Am I right? Right.
That's correct.
But we really became brass in 1997, like though.
Wild Kids.
Yeah, the Wildcats. Yay! Remember, young. But we're gonna get to the high school stuff a little bit later. I want you to take me down your musical journey, Damien. When did you start music? Like because before I knew you were into music in when was this? In high school, right? You did music in high school, and obviously after high school, you did a little bit of music. But when did you actually really start doing music? When was it in primary school? Or take me down that. Like let's start at the very beginning. Like
The very beginning. Okay, my stepfather was a keyboard player.
Okay, so there was a keyboard in the house.
Yeah, piano now. My mother played piano. My stepfather played piano. My both grandparents from both sides played piano. They all played piano and musicians. Yeah, all that vibe. So so we just start now. So I was forced to do piano lessons at the age of 6.
Forced.
Yeah, I had to. Like I get packed. Like I used to play outside.
And at the same time, when did you start your martial arts things? So at 6 you started piano, am I right?
Yeah.
When did you start martial arts? Because you did it, but judo or something like that at the early ages.
So my family sport, I would say, was judo from my mother's side. So like all my uncles did judo. My uncle was still fighting at the age of 58 in Japan. It's like about 4 years ago, I think. But so I grew up with judo.
What age did you start with the judo? Also early 6.
Young, bro. I was like, because my uncles were into it. They used to fight every Saturday at UCT. They had fights, and I would go watch the fights. But I trained also, then I progressed from there. But I would say probably about 7, 8. Yeah.
It's a good base, bruh. It's a good base to have judo and piano. Bruh, that's a solid base, man. Huh?
Yeah, my mom actually didn't want me to fight. The mommy like stopped me. She didn't. She said it's too violent.
Is it?
So I had to go over and listen to
But you were playing piano at the time as well.
Yeah, now piano. Like my mother forced me. Yeah, and I hated it. I had to go and do like I used to be playing like in the road and what. I put for what but I practice. I don't practice, my bro.
Every day.
Yeah. So I actually stopped music in high school. Because I think I was old enough to kind of say, nah, I'm tired of it now.
In high school, you stopped it. You didn't do it.
I stopped it in grade 9. Grade 9, yeah.
Grade 9, yeah. Because you did do it a bit in grade 6 or something like that.
Grade 10, I was clear out of the music. I didn't do music in grade 10. I stopped it. I hated it, bro. I was like, nah.
Is it? And art, when did you stop art? Like, because when I met you, you were in the art classes. We were in the art together.
Yeah,
right?
we were. Yeah.
So when did you stop art?
Did I stop it? Nah, I didn't actually stop art.
You finished art to matric?
Yeah. Photography.
and you stopped dinges and you stopped
music. Okay.
You have to keep on with music, brother.
But the music, I went into the other avenues, man. Like,
okay.
Yeah. So when I was 15...
How do you mean you in the other avenues?
Like, for example, I don't even remember Ryan Meyer.
Yeah. I remember, yeah. He was on my podcast. I did recorded a podcast with him, but I never released it. Now he's upset with me.
Yeah, he's a cool brother.
He's a cool brother. I hope he can come on my podcast sometime.
So he was actually getting lessons at UCT from a guy, Silalo Solote. I don't know if you see this.
Okay, he was getting lessons at UCT.
From Silalo Solote. He was 15 years old.
Okay.
Right? So then we played together at school also, no miss man. So he was looking for a keyboard player to accompany him. So, and I went with him to UCT, and I also got lessons, piano lessons. But he was like paying for it. His father was paying for it. I got lessons, and then we started like playing together. And like I started playing in church again. But I have to start in the beginning, man. I can actually, because when I'm talking all over the place, I want to put you in the timeline.
Now put me in the timeline.
Okay, let's go. So so I grew up in the musical family, very gospel. So I think the people were basically, there was New Hope Africa, they were like the biggest names at the time in the gospel. So my stepfather played for them. So I got to learn, I was in the rehearsals, I got to learn what the harmonies were about, and not actually listen to the singer singing, and not listen to the melodies they're singing or the song they're singing, but listen to everything around it's making the song. Like the drums, the bass, he's a keyboard player, the person singing in the background, sometimes there's like a loop now going, whatever, and hand claps, when they use the hand claps, when they use they play drums a certain way, when they build up, when they drop. So I learned all that from a very young age. And that I can really say is something I appreciated. And then I'm trying to think now. Yeah, so when I was like 12, 13, I wrote my first song, the love song. So I think a paar songs. I think one of the first rappers I got into was Mice. Remember I used to play in the school bus, Mice and Biggie. And what was one of my favorite songs that I always used to play? Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
And you used to make yourself because every time I sing that song, Only You, on 112. And every song.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember everything.
Yeah, that's
so take me through it. Like when you learning these things, like at a young age, like do you know how good you are at it, like?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't
compared to the other lighties, like I mean, no, not the other lighties are not like not everybody can pick up a song as quickly as you can and like start playing it and stuff like that. So were you aware of your skill at that age, at the 12, 13 years old and stuff like that?
Yo, I can say yes, but I can say maybe I didn't value it the way I should have valued it.
Okay.
So I recognized it and I would like just show people stuff and be like, nah, this is how you can do it. It's easy, whatever on the piano.
Did you not use it in the right way? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'd say my upbringing, man. Like I grew up in a very abusive upbringing. So like with parents who were like very negative always on me and obviously abusive towards me, I wouldn't come home to like, oh, how was your day? You know, I would come home to like, that vibe. So like the music thing, like I always felt like I'm not at the level yet. You know what I'm saying? Because my stepfather was like, like, and then I always had that thing inside of me where I always felt like, nah, I'm not at that level yet because they always like negative. Like, we were not in Muta, right? So when I fought for my essays and I became essay champion, like my parents didn't even know where I would watch for the weekend. I just came home, so I said,
how old were you at that time?
I was young, but I can't remember. My teens. When was I?
In high school?
Yeah, I think it was in high school. I must just think how.
After high school?
After after high school. I think how old was I? 19, 18. Can't remember.
Okay, again.
I must go look back at. I'm trying to think now.
Again, you're hopping all over the place. But the thing is,
Okay,
cool. that you were saying that because of your relationship at home, this affected how you saw your talents.
Yeah, and just myself as a person, man. Like before I do anything, they already made me feel like, nah, you're not gonna be able to do it. That's right. So it's a whole psychological thing that I had to overcome growing up. And even now, like it was like only recently that I could actually pat myself on the back and say, nah, yo, well done. Something like that, you know what I'm saying?
Recently now that you're 40,
like
this
now,
age,
like 3 years ago. Like
3 years ago.
About 3 years ago, I came to that vibe because I didn't compare myself to people, but I know like what I'm doing is like Camilo Lombard is far better. Whoever all the carrot keyboard players is far better. Scott Stewart is better. This one is better. So I never felt like it's reached the level yet. Even now, I don't feel like I reached the level yet.
Maybe because you're comparing yourself to other people.
I think it doesn't matter really much to me anymore, man. I think my focus has changed more as when we're younger, we want to do things for fame and stuff like that. And when we become older, we do things because for responsibilities maybe. And then it's not anymore about, like for now, I don't think I produce with the same heart and the creativity I used to do when I didn't get paid for it. And as I am getting paid for it, it's like I'm doing the job. according to what the people want. You know,
People always say that, artists always say that when you get paid for doing it, then it feels different, like, as opposed to when you're just creating for the sake of creating, you know what I mean?
yeah,
It feels
definitely.
different when you have to almost like pay the bills with that art, like.
Exactly, and you've got kids, and you have to. School fees is expensive, and what. Yeah, it's hectic.
There's a lot of stuff that's hectic, like, I mean, like, you got a skill though, bruh. You always had the skill. You always had the skill, like. And at the best of your usage of the skill, you were slutting it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you did do it, and now you're making profit of it, you're making money of it, you're making a
guess,
living of it. That's a plus thing to do it. You're not Scott Storch, and you're not
Yeah.
flipping DJ Khaled and stuff like that.
No,
You're
but I
not there yet.
appreciate the journey. I appreciate the journey. Like, I think life teaches us a lot, man. And also, we must be sensitive to the things around us. That's important. And appreciate what we got. Like, I'm those guys can reach the world from America. Before, we couldn't do that before. We could only reach our 40 friends. Or whatever. But now we have internet, so we can kind of reach. But it's still, if you don't have the right people specializing in marketing, specializing in what the craft is. Like here, if you're producing Cape Town, you have to be the engineer, the producer, the writer, you make the music, whatever. They have people to specialize in those things, man. Like,
In America, you say overseas or
yeah, like in America,
Johannesburg?
like it's not just like Pharrell will produce a track, it will be him and like maybe 2 other people. Dr. Dre is the same with him. And then there's a guy who specializes in the advertising of the album.
Yeah,
we don't have people who specialize in the
You have
advertising
to
of the
do
product.
everything yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, and I'm not going to say maybe in Joburg they're but more stronger, but I think Cape Town, and there's reasons for that. But we focus a lot on the talent, and there's good people here in Cape Town. And in Joburg they focus more like on the business, I'd say. And that's the answer.
This business, the business, that's what brings in the bucks, bruh. That's what
Yes.
brings in the bucks. Like. So me and you met each other in high school, bruh. Yeah.
I don't know what to talk about. What do you want to talk about? Tell me. That was it.
Nah, me and you met each other in high school. One of the brass that was with us is no longer with us. Like
Who's it?
Jared, like me, you and Jared were actually like
Who's Jared?
Jared. Don't you know Jared's dead, man?
Yo,
Jared
I
Benjamin.
actually got him like about maybe, when did I get him? Maybe
No,
2
man.
years ago
No,
at Majid's.
He's passed away a while back, man.
Maybe it's 4.
Didn't you know this?
No, I didn't know. Yo, it's
Nah,
something
don't
news.
lie, man.
Nah, I promise you. I saw him. He looked way different to what he looked
He's
that
got
time.
long hair and stuff
He had
like
long
that.
hair. Yeah, nah, I got him at Majid's.
Do you really not know he passed? man?
No, it's like, it's heavy news, my bro. It's
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah, he passed away, man. Anyway,
yeah, what happened though? Like, is it okay to ask?
car accident. Yeah, he was
Okay.
in a car accident. It's quite a heavy thing. Like anyway, I was just thinking about that time and like, yo.
Well, that's now you
Something
a bad one. Huh?
Something happened to him, and I don't know if you were there, like, but I was there man, when he like got beat up by this other Owens, like.
Okay.
And I never jumped in, man. I was just like stood by and almost like let this happen, man. And because I like almost like I didn't even feel it
I
off
was
and
there,
stuff.
man, bro. I was there.
Were you there?
Move, of
Did you
course.
stop it from happening?
The thing is this, I can't remember exactly what happened, but what I told him is, my nigga, don't flow now. Wait. A voucher is I think, because I used to say this a lot to some, I don't even remember saying a voucher
Anyway,
patient, but
the point is here that my point is, I want to say is that since me and you are sitting in this room and we were both there, I want to say is that
nah, they hit him, but I only came after.
nah, don't. I only me speak first so that
Okay,
you
okay,
can
okay,
speak second.
Sorry.
No, because like I want to say that I was a coward to not stand there, to jump in or stand in there or even get fucked up with him. You know what I mean?
Yo,
And I will hold that till the day.
are you carrying it with you, my bro?
Yeah, I carried with
Yo,
me.
JV.
And I think you will understand this because you were there and stuff like that. Then
There's something that happened
your
afterwards,
perception
though.
is your perception of it is your perception, but my
Yes.
perception is of it that I was a coward, and it eats me a lot because I was a coward and I should have
Stood by.
jumped like stepped in for my friend. But anyway, what was your perception of what happened that day?
Okay, the thing is, I knew.
Jared got beat up in front of us.
Yeah, and
Other
I wasn't
people
there when
beat
I
Jared
wasn't
up
there
in
when they
front of
beat.
us.
I wasn't. They didn't beat him in front of me like.
No, they beat
him.
us up in front of us. Like
Was I there?
you were there,
No,
bruh.
I remember I was in the classroom. Look at you. I remember I was in the classroom.
Okay.
That's what happened. I remember in the classroom. I came out and they were, and then they hit him. Right? Oh no, they were hitting him, and then I came out the classroom. But there's something that happened after that. Me and Fahmi, and there was another person. I can't remember who it was.
Okay.
So we and I were saying, nah, we're gonna change this brother. Because I told what I told Jared was, now is not the time. Wait, because why? I don't know what he wanted to do with it like this. What was he? I think he wanted to tell him.
Never mind that. Never mind that. I'm saying I was a coward to not step in there. I don't know what your perception is of what you did.
I just think we can all be cowards at many times in our lives. Our problem as well was definitely a coward. But what I knew is I knew I don't know his name, but I mean I knew Clint Lewis. I knew Clint Lewis. Like I knew him. He was my bro also.
You don't have to mention the people's names.
So
but anyway,
I didn't want to
we know what
say,
happened. They beat him up in front of us, and I feel that we were cowards at that moment. But anyway, that is.
So, but we were taking revenge though.
Huh?
You know, Fahmi, me and Fahmi.
Nah, there was no revenge, but anyway.
I'm just saying, man, like, we were on this whole vibe of like, yo, how can you do it, brother? Because I still remember I opened up the door and I saw him. And it was like, when I opened up the principal's door and I saw him and the blood was all there. So I screamed, bro. I was like, yo, what's it? I got the first, I was like, yo, and then we got this a bottle. It was me and Fahmi and another person. I don't know who the first person was. So we're like, nah, we're not saying that now. But I knew Clint Lewis, that's the whole vibe.
Anyway,
So what is it actually that you want to say?
No, I just want to say that that's my
Did
perception.
you feel like you were a coward?
I feel like I was a coward in that moment.
Do you feel like you should have stopped? Like,
I feel like I should have jumped in and helped my friend, but
Of course you should have, but
I couldn't.
I
But
can't
anyway,
think of it. I don't know why I'm not remembering that the facts is clear. Because you say, you were definitely there, that's what you told me.
huh?
You told me I was
No,
definitely there.
I don't know if you were definitely there. I just want to.
But you did say that though. I remember being in the classroom and I remember hearing boom, ba, ba, ba. I'm like, yo, what are you shit? I ran out shit last day. And then the whole thing was already clear. But it was a heavy move. I just saw blood and then he left. And then the second time I saw him properly is when I opened up the door and I saw blood, yeah, like all over his shirt. And I was like, yo, it's heavy.
So anyway, let's leave that story. Okay. Let's talk about a lighter story before we go back. So tell me about the Crybaby days, man. How did that all start? Like,
Crybaby, yo.
when you left school, did you start Crybaby? When did you start Crybaby Records? Because that was a dope time for you, like. That was a very, very up time, if I may highlight that. Can you remember that time?
Yeah, like, now it all comes back to high
You
school
don't know
again.
now, but you don't know about me. Who could this on Cabby? Put on the number, can we put it on? You don't know now, but you don't know about me. Put it on, bring the number back, bro. Tell me on.
I don't want to tell you
It's
the
on
story,
YouTube.
man.
Wait, man, we're gonna first put the number on. Put on the number. You don't know now, but you don't know about me. Who could this on Cabby? It's just me.
You're only gonna understand the rap if I tell a quick story. 20 seconds.
Okay, go to the story.
So Craig Dempster was this guy at management. So I used to perform.
Craig Dempster, I remember that guy.
So I used to perform every Saturday and Sunday at the Vienna Waterfront and had a live band, backing vocals, dances, and a whole move. But it came from high school, man. Like at high school, I didn't really want to be a rapper, the artist. I wanted to make the artist. So certain people I'd write for and do certain things for and I'd rap. And I always grew that thing. And P. Diddy was one of my role models.
Yeah, I remember.
So I was like, hey, I want P. Diddy, mice.
Yeah, you don't know now, but you don't know about me. What is the name of that song?
Just Me.
Just Me.
I don't think it's on here though.
Isn't it on YouTube?
Nah, I don't.
Yo, how can that is your most favorite song, Just Me.
It's Just Me, DAMI.
Not Crybaby, just
good op 'n vraag, ja.
Just say Just Me, Damian. It was Damian.
Ja, make 3 A's there.
Make 3 A's, yeah.
It's a DAMI.
There we go.
All right.
Oh, just as the volume. Pump that volume up there. Can we hear the song? Oh yeah. Here we go.
Went down to Bonen.
Who
to buy
can this
a
young
parcel
cat
chips.
be? Who can this young cat be? This is me. I like the song.
It's so bad.
I mean, again,
Sparkling
actually, it's
water,
weird.
a
The
natural
man is
flavor.
over time
It's water.
appeared in Dingus. We're gonna talk about it right now. After this, but first you want to say the other song.
Oh yeah. Oh, put your hands in the air.
Oh, you look fresh, there, huh? Bro, you look fresh, there.
It ain't hammer time. Then me on time. Come on. You gotta know one thing. You can't touch this. Come on. Let's go. Now who could this young cat be? You know it's gotta be me. Yo, my name is Damion. Now who could this young cat be? You know it's gotta be me. Yo, my name is Damion. My job right now is to give you good time. What's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine.
Oh yeah, there's a mic. Yeah, but
Mine, damn. Till I think I hear you say my name. It's the D-A-M-I, triple A-N. I accept nothing but the best. Cause when we dress to impress.
yeah, so yeah, okay.
But anyway, so during you said you met Craig Dempster. You were with Craig Dempster at that time,
Yeah.
and then did you write the song?
Okay, how it happened was I must tell this whole story.
Tell the whole story.
Okay, firstly, so I played piano in church. Say when I was 11 years old, I started playing piano in church.
Yeah.
I stopped playing piano, started getting involved in the wrong kutetsis, with mics. And,
Yeah,
you know, we used to
yeah,
flow.
we can go.
Yeah, I can must not say we used to do all that stuff, puff and whatever. And then once I was dukker in Michael's house, and then Michael's mommy told me, Damien, I had a dream about you. And I'm like, I used to call Auntie Travis. Because I was like, dukker. Don't say Auntie Francis, I used to say Auntie Travis. I say, what do you mean Auntie Travis? No, I had a dream of you that you were playing on the keyboard. And I saw your fingers on the keyboard, and a lot of people was getting healed, and you were playing, and the stuff was happening in the church. So I was like thinking, yo, what is it? Differences. I said, okay, differences. And I thought, yo, that almost now never happened. I didn't see myself because I hated music, you know what I'm saying? So then afterwards, I was sick about, say, 14, 15, I found myself actually playing in church. And then again, after being 11, playing in church again. And I saw people being prayed for, falling in the spirit, and stuff was happening. And there was this guy, his name was Clinton Warnefeld. And he was the guy that basically had a studio.
Just to impress you, don't stand a chance, Mr.
The cameraman, and watch me do the Badiba dance. Oh my God.
There's no one in Cape Town to do what we do, cause when we come on the stage, we tell
To the ladies on and know something like the phenomenon. I don't like to sing, I like to rap. I got bling, don't wear fake, it's the real thing. Like getting low, baby, come on, shake your booty like this. When I'm through with you, your mama's gonna feel this. You don't know now.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Who can this young cat be?
who can be?
We can cancel the volume there.
Oh, yeah.
So you were saying about playing in the church?
Yeah, so I was playing in the
and
church, and this other guy, Clinton Warnefeld.
stuff?
Monefeld, he saw me and he was like, yeah, he's got a studio and what. Then maybe when I can play for him. And then, yeah. And the time I also wasn't living at home. So I was like, nah, cool. And then I came to come work for him. And then that's where I met Jimmy Lutlu. I met all the like, was quite people.
Does he have a studio or something?
He had a studio, yeah, Audio Ice Production.
Where's the
Clinton
studio?
Monefeld. That was in Plumstead.
Okay, cool. Audio Ice.
Yeah, so I went to go work for him. And then, because I would play the instruments of the keyboard.
Okay,
make
cool.
the music for him, and engineer and stuff like that. And
So this is after high school now.
look at I met Clinton, I was about 14, 15, and then I started working with him while I was in high school. I
Okay.
actually started in studios when I was 15 already.
Okay.
Working with other guy, Gobi Martin, we were just like, Ernie,
Yeah.
Ernie B. So yeah, we made beats on the drum machine, and we all belonged to the same church, by the way.
Okay.
And then I made beats. I'd learn a little bit about studio work and understand how to record and stuff like that on Cubase
Yeah.
and whatever. And then he said, can I come work for him? So I said, no, cool. I made tracks for him and whatever. And then also engineered a bit for him. And this is after high school, yeah. It became after high school. I worked for him for quite some time. And then this is where I met Richard Caesar. He's a jazz guitarist. I met Jimmy Dudley, Camilo. like a lot of big names. I met some in the
So
industry,
they all used to
respected
record in
people.
the studio and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then I used to engineer for them. Then I used to be the one to record.
Okay, cool. That must have been a cool experience.
Yeah, because what happened is Clinton had a day job. So he'd work in the day, and I'd run the studio during the day. And
So
he'd
the
come in the
whole day
evening.
that people is coming there, they
Oh,
recording
they're
stuff.
rocking.
You busy tweaking things.
Yeah, and that's where I met Camilo Lombard and Jimmy Dudlu. Camilo used to teach me like nice things on the keyboard. And then Richard Caesar, I spent time with him, set up his studio, worked for him for a while. He taught me nice things on the guitar as well. So yeah, I met a lot of people. And then I eventually had enough money to either buy a car or start my own recording studio. So I put up a Wendy house at the back of my grandmother's place. Built a small setup there.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy Dudu came to record at Clinton. And then he asked, yeah, but where's Damien? So Clinton said, nah, he got his own setup. And Clinton gave him my number. And then he came to come record in the Wendy house, a song called Corners of My Soul. And then that song got Sama Award. It came out to
Awesome.
Wendy house, man, bro. South African music award. That was a quiet achievement for me. I was like, nice.
Quiet, man.
So they took photos of the Wendy house.
It's like one of your highlights of your career, getting that Sama with Jimmy Gludlu and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. And from there, I had a different approach. And
Into the mic, buddy.
And from there, I had a different approach.
You spend time in the studio, but you don't know how to speak into the mic.
I sorry, man. They about me, we put the mics loud. Look at what, okay, so this is the thing. So, I think because we got that Sama Award, I could build my name on that, man. So I tried to do something like that to that effect.
Yeah. So you had your own studio.
Basically in a windows, yeah, like a small setup. And then Cry Baby, the name originally comes from a pedal. It goes guitar. The effect on the guitar, so you can get like a grunge guitar, or you can get that's Corners of My Soul. Yeah, that's the song. If you hear the drums in the use my ear, nah, that's just Damon who made the drums.
Is it?
Yeah, my drums is very. I actually put a scratch.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
Like, you know, a scratch.
Yeah.
You got the DJ in the house. He knows a scratch is basically a kick. Just pause for a just give the story. You can hear this vibe. So with this song, he obviously works only with live guys. He doesn't work with guys in program, right? So I wanted to add like a scratch is a kick, a tup, like you get a beat.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that kick, that's called a kick.
Yeah.
So a kick goes tup, and if you reverse it, it goes back. Whoop. So it makes it sound tup. Okay. So when I made this beat, I made like a so the scratch comes in there. So I want to create something with the first programmed sound for like a live manager. So let's listen.
Okay.
I don't know if you can hear it probably, man.
I can hear it slightly. Yeah.
You check this. So the live guys that will watch this, the live drummers won't like check down. Yeah. It's actually a scratch. And I think that's what also one of the elements that could have made the song stand out a bit. That was a very sharp element.
Cool, man. Interesting back here. Some technical stuff you got there. So after the time with Jimmy and him, what did you progress on to next? Like, it wasn't when did Cry Baby and you dancing and Just Me? When did that happen? Did that happen
I
after
must
this?
talk about that.
Did that happen after this?
Yeah, Joe, to be honest with you, I don't know why I don't remember me, but for some reason I'm not remembering. But actually, me just tell the story.
That
With Cry
happened in
Baby.
2006, 2007. So when did this happen? When was this?
That's earlier. This was earlier.
Is it? So
yeah, I was,
2006,
much younger.
that came afterwards, all like Just Me when you were on the radio with Just Me and
Yeah, I
all
was
that.
still.
Because then that time,
It's
I
just,
still remember.
it's just me.
Just Me. Just
You
Me.
say, just me.
Just Me. Just
Just me. In the mic, buddy.
Just me.
In the mic, buddy. In the mic. How you want to get drummers in the house? He's rocking it.
Yeah, man. So like, the fuck?
How
So like you were saying, like, we were trying to.
Okay, let me tell you the story, the
term.
Cry Baby story. Let me tell you the Cry Baby story.
Tell me the time.
So
How did that start?
Cry Baby was a Ernie, and Terrence, myself and Johnny. We were a group called Cry Baby. It was the name of our group, right? So we used to sing. So we sang at Plum, said hi, and what. Yo, then the girls go berserk, man, bro. We used to do dance choreography and what. And no move. And then after that, Terence left to Ireland. And I was like, nah, I had a very big attachment to the name Cry Baby. Like I said, it comes from a pedal. A guitar pedal can have a grunge sound or like a rock sound. You get like a reggae vibe because now that sound is called Cry Baby. So we were recording and I'm like, okay, you know, I always just like say bad boy,
Yeah.
dog child, whatever. So I do like recording and then with the group Cry Baby and then we were recording and I recorded I don't remember Kim Williams, I think. She used to sing with Ryan a lot.
Okay, I don't remember, but anyway.
Okay, but
maybe
she was a
people-
normie. She was a normie. She was a grade younger than us. So then when I was studying at Cape Wood College and I recorded her, and then before the song started, I was like, "Bad boy," whatever. And then I said, yeah, "My nigga, there was a guy playing guitar, and he had the Cry Baby effect on the guitar, and I was like, Cry Baby," and I was like just saying everything, Kim, Damien, whatever. I was to call myself Prince at time. Away.
Prince of Cats, and that's the facts. Oh,
Anyway, I was laughing the mic now.
That comes from your Wildcat days.
Away, Joey's king. Nah, I can't forget Joey's king.
Long live the king. That comes from. I used to like Eric Kenton all that time.
Away.
Joey's king.
Yeah. What's that thing? Okay, yeah, so the
Joey's
pedal,
king,
so
long live the
that
king.
sound, Cry Baby. So obviously, I heard, listened back to it the whole time. I hear Bad Boy, I hear Cry Baby. I check, yo, I remember quite name, bro. They could label. I'm like, nah, that's the vibe. Right, Cry Baby. Yeah, so then I ended up doing Cry Baby, got a few artists, we rocked. Had that song on the radio, but I felt it wasn't going far enough, man. And then I went to, there's this park office at, there by what's this place now there in Witten? Fever, Club Fever.
Club Fever.
Oh, yeah. So then they used to have park office there. So they had the so they had like this girls like modeling and standing in front of the cars and stuff like that.
Right.
So then I had a friend and I said, "Jay, I want to get the name Cry Baby out there, man. Can I make a paar Cry Baby sweaters? Get the girls to like wear the Cry Baby sweaters and what. Yeah, I was my friend. So she said, nah, it's a quiet idea. Rock it. So, okay, cool. I get Sasha, get. But they seem like, wow, they say, nah, we are hot pants, whatever, and put Cry Baby on the bum and whatever. So I'm like, nice flow. Sasha, you take in charge of it. So Sasha took charge of it. So then this other guy, Savile James, he's a photographer. He had a park off. And then those girls that just wore, but we performed that day, but the girls wore and they started modeling in front, they stand in front of the cars taking photos, and everybody just wanting to take photos with these girls, with this Cry Baby sweaters, and people's asking, who's Cry Baby? What is Cry Baby about? Blah, 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 blah. And now I'm explaining to him, nah, it's a record label and what. And then afterwards, a while ago, these people came to me and said, can I also get the Cry Baby sweater? Can I get the Cry Baby hot pants? Can I? Then I decided to, maybe I must start the clothing line, Cry Baby Entertainment Vibe. And then I went to Mr. Price. I spoke to one of the managers here. I said, look, if I take a certain amount of sweaters, can you give me a good deal? Because they had good quality sweaters. Can I also do print in there? So they hooked me up. Then I basically got the name printed and I sold sweaters. And then some girls said, can I model for Cry Baby? And I was like, yeah, not really a modeling agency or whatever. So I spoke to other woman, Candice Van Block, who was a professional model, and I used to do photos while I was in high school for Outlook Models and for Step Aid Model Agency. I don't know if you remember Step Aid. That was Coker, Margaret Coker, Liesel Coker.
Yeah, I know Craig Coker.
Craig Coker's photographer as well. Yeah, that's
He's
right.
a very, very good photographer at the moment.
That's right. So
Well-established photographer.
So what I used to do, my bro, I used to take photos for Auntie Margie, Craig's mommy. And the weekends I go there and I go scallop to see there by the art school. Then I go print out the photos. Then I develop the photos. Then I used to sell the photos and make money on the weekends. That's the vibe. I used to hustle a lot. And then what? We was actually talking about now? The Cry Baby sound. No?
Yeah, the
Cry Baby, cool.
Yeah, the Cry
So then
Baby
people say
older,
that I want to
good
model for
times.
Cry Baby. I got Ken
You
Van
were
Pluk.
saying-
And I got different people too. Then she said, don't make a modeling agency, make a modeling school. You can actually prepare girls for the modeling agency because they never know what to do. And if the wind blows, they must know what they can do and what. So we developed a four-page booklet module, and we created the modeling school. Then I decided, okay, with the clothes, there was a guy that made buttons. So he offered to make like Cry Baby buttons that you can go on our t-shirts. And then I asked him, because there's a certain look I like in a woman, man. Like I like the big hooped earrings. So I was like, yo, going to make big hooped earrings with crybaby on it. So he said, nah, he only works with plate. He doesn't really work with silver, so like metal and plate. But then he started going into that field. And then he started making silver and he made crybaby earrings. So we had accessories. So then I thought these people that come to the events, and there's a lot of people that's not at the events, so they don't get to hear what happened at the events. So I started then to get journalists to write stories about the events and put it on Facebook. But then I decided also to make a crybaby magazine rather. So then we ended up having a crybaby magazine, and the journalists who studied at UCT would write up the articles. So they wouldn't be at the car park off, but they'd be able to say, this is what happened at the park off. And then that's where I also got to also say who I'm working with at the time, like Emil Jensen. I was working with Celeste from Good Hope. They're all in the magazine. There's quite a few well-known people in the magazine. So Crybaby then grew in that manner where everything just came off an idea. And I think when I was younger, I was somebody that didn't really sleep much. So I always research things all the time and take things and try and make it my own. So I'd be busy all the time, like just hustling. So I had, we started modeling school, so we have income coming from the modeling school. But everybody that's a member of Crybaby, it's compulsory for them to at least have a Crybaby t-shirt. So then we make money off the clothing as well. And anybody can be a member. Who's to say you're a member, the person there at the shop is a member. The only question is, do you believe?
Sound like I'm going to be honest here, it sounds like a dope business plan.
Yeah, but
how successful was it?
Very successful. It was actually very successful.
How honest of an answer is that?
Okay, I'll tell you this, because we actually moved. We had a branch in the Northern Cape, in Katu. We were like way more accepted, and I think there's a saying, a prophet doesn't get the same respect in his own town like it get outside. Did you hear something like that? A saying, the prophet
It's a heavy comparison, man. You can't compare yourself to a prophet.
No, I'm not saying I'm a prophet. I'm just saying, like, people, man, in general, like say for the Rockets never got appreciated here, but everywhere else they got appreciated.
I hear what you're saying, yeah. Like in Cape
so
Town,
let me break it down for all the people who don't understand.
People in Cape Town don't always appreciate people in Cape Town. Sometimes people outside Cape Town appreciate them. I understand what you're saying. The reason why I asked you is like how successful is like as Crybaby is, like, because it's gonna lead to my next question. Is like, do you feel that Crybaby has led to where you are now in a positive way, in a good way, or have you feel the benefits of it, like financially, or as it just like, have you learned from that experience? What did you get from Crybaby? You know what I mean? What did you get from it the whole time? Like,
look, I'm gonna answer your question right now. I just want to say one thing about the previous question answer, man. Is that, you know, Mynie Groevier? I don't know if you heard about it before. I don't know if you know Mynie Groevier.
No, I don't know that person.
Old Afrikaner.
Yeah.
So she schooled me basically on the business side of music, man.
Okay.
So she was that woman who really put me in, like, for example, we were on this Volume 3 album, P4, and they were trying to cut us for a bad deal, man, in the sense of a publishing deal. And let us get very little percentage of our
When is
own
that now?
song.
Recently or before?
No, that was like before. It was Hot FM. It was called P4.
Okay, yeah.
So it was the P4 Volume 3 CD. So that song, they had different volumes. So we performed on there. And Mynie Groevier was basically our entertainment attorney. So she schooled me. So she was one of the people who even said Ernie B's album was too ahead for Cape Town. Like, it was a brilliant album, but it was too... Our ears wasn't ready for it yet. Our people want to hear or from our people. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't really want to. That time, now it's changed, but at that time, man, I can say that. So yeah. So sometimes your own people don't always really appreciate it. And now when I come back to your this.
Yeah, we can go. I'll pass it to you.
The reality is, and I'm gonna say this now, quite honestly, a lot of people paved the way, man.
Yes.
For people like Youngster to thrive today, man. And I give respect to him because he gives respect to Reddy D, Emil, and all that people, man.
Definitely.
So when you say a prophet the prophet is actually a poet. I think the term is a poet. But it's
I think an artist or poet or anybody.
It doesn't matter. You can say a painter also even.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
painter,
saying?
yeah.
I
Any
experienced
artist.
that in the States. And I
Okay.
had the same conversation a lot with artists when we had the Babbling Heads.
Okay.
Where when we went to the States, they appreciate you more, man.
Definitely.
And even the advantage that they have again, huh? There was like Brasa, that B-boy there, no?
Yes.
Not in the skill that
They even did it themselves.
you know what I'm saying? That the B-boys that
True.
came with us, and they were still cheering them on, man.
I can
And I was
relate to
like,
everything you're saying
You know
now.
what I'm saying? And I spoke to Tangible also about that. How do you bring that home? Because when I came back, I was like, nah, this is the mindset, and now I know my worth, man. But
Okay.
gradually, you just go back into the flow, and you start twijfeling yourself.
Yeah,
again,
because
you know
there's
what
an
I'm saying?
industry here that like even on the radio, there's a certain mainstream sound that our people is creating.
And-
but it's so low, man. And you ask yourself, like, why is it there? But everybody's aiming for that. Like, if you go
And so
above,
my
it's not
last
right.
thing before I done as a sign off, their mentality is different. They would have flags every second house. They would have flags, the American flag. They fucking overdose on themselves.
On themselves,
Their
true.
bravado was so fucking. I'm the man. I'm the man.
Yes, sir.
It has negative effects, like you get Trump and stuff like that, no?
Yes.
But you fucking need to believe in yourself, man.
You
And
have
you need to. But yeah, my original point was, there's a lot of people that I know, like yourself, that paved the way in many ways. Like that one brick. You might not be recognized for it now,
Okay.
but when I have conversations like this and I hear people speak about it, I've been there in the 90s, man.
Okay.
When local music wasn't cool, man.
Yeah.
When rap music wasn't cool. Not even the fucking R&B was cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
So I commend people like yourself, man.
Okay, thanks, man.
has to. I mean, you perform with John. Not that that's a measuring stick, but you perform.
We opened up for John Legend, yeah.
John Legend. Yeah.
It was that P3 CD, volume CD song that we opened up for.
But I'm just saying,
Okay.
yeah, there is people that witnessed it and was in the music and struggled with that will know, nah, dude, but fuck, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's my 5 cents.
Yeah,
So essentially, what you're saying there, but you're saying he's not recognized and stuff like that. It's difficult to be recognized in Cape Town.
Can I tell you one thing?
Cape Town.
Once you become
What?
an artist for so long, recognition isn't part of the.
Yeah, it's like
its
that's-
value, man.
I like that.
That's true, though.
It loses value, yeah. I hear what you're saying. It's about doing the art for the art's sake and not doing it for somebody else, like
But
for the
check this
man.
out. In the Northern Cape, right?
Yeah.
In the Northern Cape, it was so easy for us to run the business. In Katu. Katu is the financial hub of the Northern Cape. The people got money there. So there's no malls there, and there's no like Steerkiliko there in Katu. It's like, I can't explain, but there's mines and stuff there, and the colleges. So we were in the colleges there, and we spread it out. So we actually did do well.
They're like live performances or something like that.
Like what I do is I would like have every Saturday we have a school. We teach rappers how to rap. So we have how to create a rhyming dictionary. Then we have like other guy Liro is teaching dancing, while Sash is teaching the modeling school. So on a Saturday was times that we come together and we teach and educate people, and also we were a lot on the mind, man. For example, to have like that craziness and eccentricness, like when you hear a taxi drive past and they drink your number and you're like, it's my number. And that feeling that you get, that nice feeling, that's that feeling that you must use when you perform and do your art, give it your best every time. Like, you don't know who might be listening or watching, whatever. But yeah, coming back to that, when you come back to Cape Town, you're like, this means it's like it's the business. You can't run the business the same. The people's not receiving you the same, like in Namibia. You know what I'm saying? Or wherever else you are.
So what I think also what Nentel alluded to it so earlier, you performed with John Legend, all that stuff like it, all that knowledge that you've gained through working with different people in different perspective, even your time spent at Twin Green Kai, baby, like
Yes.
do you use that now going forward in your
Forward. Okay, so like I knew Crybaby wasn't going to be the it for me, man. Like while I was even busy with Crybaby, I was
that
trying
wasn't
to.
the end goal.
Nah, I didn't know what it was, but I was trying to set myself up in a way where I could like own property, if I can say it, man. Even if it's small. I was very into P Diddy, and like I was a bit Marvel PDD, maybe more like not even. I was more about this businessman. And I looked at the guys. It was like an elite group of people. Like there was the Dark Child, the So Diff, this Death Row, and all these guys. And I see that besides the music, they were setting themselves up in other business avenues, man. Like whether it be shoes and name brands and whatever. So I was trying to create that type of thing for myself, but I didn't know what it was, and I didn't see myself as a music producer more, but I saw myself more like as a businessman.
Yeah.
Where I would try and, like for example, Sasha was somebody who didn't finish matric, and then she cried about me. I didn't finish matric. And I said, okay, it's fine. Come work here with Crybaby. So then I said, you can manage Brownie, Esther. So she managed Brownie. And as she was talking, I saw, yeah, but this girl got skills. She's actually getting a few deals happening here. I said, okay, I'll take you under my wing. And then I started grooming her and preparing her to be Damien Roman's personal assistant. You know what I'm saying? So we had ways of how we would approach meetings, and we'd research those things. So I take 2 nice hot girls with me and Sasha, and we'd go to maybe a sponsor, and we talk to the sponsor, and while we're speaking, the girls is agreeing to everything the sponsor is saying, and like kind of against me. It's a whole psychological thing I'm telling you now. And then when it comes to the part, we actually say, this is what I would like out of the deal, and then the sponsor would think about it, but then the girls would kind of tell the sponsor, yo, you know what Damien is saying can
Most
actually
people
work.
see that as negative nowadays in this cancel culture.
Look, the thing is, a study on the brain that they put 3 men in a room, and they told them to draw a picture, say, of a bird. So they drew a picture of the bird. They took another 3 men and they let them communicate with females, right? Interact with females. And it also asked me to draw a bird in the room afterwards alone. The guys who interact with the females drew far better birds. And now it's a form of kind of manipulation, but it's business at the end of the day. Like, we got what we wanted, but we're not also giving him like I always tell, as if I can say colored people, we must maintain our standard, man. We can't lower our standard of service. So it's not like we're going to give him bad service. At the end of the day, it's just a method of who's ever going to get the deal wins, because other people also wanting to go for the deal. And this is our method, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Cool.
I hear what you're saying, but I mean, like, the reason why I say like this cancel culture stage is like because that even at the point where it's like you post some stuff that's like where you voice your opinions a lot about standing up for being yourself, like, and you also said like you like Jordan Peterson. There's certain things. I also said I like Jordan Peterson. I didn't agree with the recent thing of Jordan Peterson. Did you see that though?
Which one?
So there was just pull up the not Jordan Peterson. Pull up the swimsuit edition. There was this swimsuit.
The girls oversized.
Yeah, so he said just pull up the swimsuit. Don't pull up Jordan Peterson. Just say swimsuit issue. What's it?
What's it?
So she's a bit on the
Chubby
thick
side,
side,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Don't say chubby. She's on the thick side. So he was commenting about it like, oh, that girl is not
That
hot
is
and stuff like
chubby.
that.
When they get
But she's
chubby.
hot, baby. What do you think?
Okay.
She is beautiful.
Let's
She is a thick goddess, bruh. I'm all here for the thick women. It's okay. They can be how they want to. You must be able to handle it. I mean, I'm never said that, but
Can I
mean,
be honest?
just go to the pictures, man. Just go to images. I just want to show you the photo of her. Take out Jordan Peterson. Just say swimsuit. Okay, they just yeah. She's beautiful, eh? She's beautiful. He said she's not beautiful. He said that woman is
she's not beautiful, man. I know. I
He said
saw that.
she's not but some men like that. Some men prefer that over other women. So you can't. His perception of beauty is no, brother. It's not deeper than that. His perception of beauty.
I'm gonna give you a chance to talk, and you must give me a chance.
His perception of beauty is.
Where's the conch? Where's the conch? Okay, now
Okay,
we can have a conch. Okay, you flow
I'll
first.
speak first.
Okay.
And then you can speak after. His perception of beauty is not my perception of beauty, in my opinion. So how can he say that is not the ideal woman?
He's not referring to that.
nothing is to say. I mean,
He didn't say
he's
she's not
so
beautiful.
wrong, bruh. Okay, so what did he say? Explain to us.
This is what he's basically saying. He's saying, look, this is a magazine, obviously, for people. You see this magazine. This is what you. And not that you must be
For
skinny.
people who are healthy. But she's healthy. She's healthy. She's super healthy, bro.
No, but I didn't see that. Like
Maybe she's in the gym every day, man.
No, man. nigga.
Sorry, not beautiful. He's
No.
saying that is his opinion.
Okay.
Sorry, not beautiful, and no amount of authorization. What?
Look, I don't know if it's she's
Authority-
eating healthy, man. I don't know if she's eating healthy, man, nigga. I don't think
He's
she's
going to
eating
change
healthy.
that. She is beautiful.
She's
my bro.
beautiful, and he's not
So
saying she's
he's
not
saying
beautiful.
she's not beautiful.
What I
So
think he's
he's
saying
wrong.
is, I think he's
John
saying,
Peterson is wrong.
I think he's not. I think he's trying to say, let's not promote that. Like,
But he's
let's try
saying
and eat
not
healthy.
beautiful. He's saying
Let's
not
eat,
beautiful.
eat healthy.
You want to say something? That's what he's saying there. Not beautiful.
Check it if it.
this,
This
nice.
is my
Definitely
opinion.
beautiful.
So if it was a BBM magazine, by all means, but it's the health as a
There
sports
we go.
illustrated. You a sportsman
That's what
yourself, my friend.
I was trying to get to the
Because
point.
that doesn't do that.
That doesn't
then I
suit
can
it.
go. Then I can be Mr. Fuck South Africa. But boom, and all. No,
No, that's a strong point, though.
because
Like,
that's the
that-
point. Actually, it's
and I
a
think-
it's a Sports Illustrated. Imagine you. She's beautiful. No, I'll fucking
by him saying not beautiful, I agree with you.
But
But
it's
I
the-
think
it's the
according to the
Sports
swimsuit and the book,
Oh, yeah.
the magazine,
Let's be
yeah.
honest, man. Let's not.
His point there is sorry, not beautiful.
beautiful. And no amount.
I think he's wrong. But,
But
anyway,
we could easily
that's my point.
take a section out of something and then make it seem
No,
like it's the
that's
whole
his
thing.
tweet, bruh. That's his tweet.
Yeah.
That is it.
Okay.
So I
So
don't know.
You don't agree? I also don't agree with you. And I also say nobody's perfect, my nigga.
Yeah, but
Jordan
anyway,
Peterson isn't the Lord.
I mean, we each to his own. We each have our own opinion on these matters,
On these
and
matters.
we are entitled to it. Like in my opinion, like
Tell me, my nigga.
I don't like the way that you use the ladies to go with you and stuff like that.
Okay.
To go seal the deal. That's
Yes.
not the way I will do it. That's not the way I will do business.
Definitely, and I wouldn't do it now either. That's what I'm saying. We learn, we make mistakes as we grow older. We have things we did in the past, and I mean, like,
I like what you're saying.
and like, there's a lot of things I did that time. I'll be like, nigga, are you ever daughter?
It's
I have a
cringeworthy that
daughter.
you did then now that you're looking back. It's like, yo,
Yeah,
I'll
I'm like,
never do
yo,
that.
how could I? And like, there's some songs I don't listen to, me, bro. There's some songs I don't play. I'm like, nah, I can't listen to that. Like, what was I thinking at the time? I was insane. Like, yo. But I think it comes from, like, you know, a place of that we all have to go through traumas. And, like, in order for us to grow, we need to take the knocks in so we can understand it and know how not to get in the same place again. But also choose to do the right thing in that situation again. Something like that. I don't know.
No, you're right. That's, that shows like I want to hear some stuff like that from you out of this podcast.
Now, can I tell you something heavy?
I have a more or less a direction of where we start and where we go to in this podcast, and the fact that you're reflecting so much upon what happened before and what happened now is like how you'd go about doing things now is honest and open, like, and it's saying, yo, that's not how you will conduct yourself. I mean, yeah, and it's weird that we find ourselves in a space where we have to have daughters before we realize the way that we behave before or conducted ourselves before was unacceptable. I don't know why we thought that we could go around acting the way we do, and I've often said, like, yo, when I was in my 20s and even younger, I was like, yo, that version of myself is a disgusting human being, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, that's a bad guy. I mean, I don't want my son to be like anything like
Definitely.
that. I get like
I wanna hit you with something hard though. Like, I'm gonna tell you a heavy story now. Right?
Yeah.
So there wasn't a lot of people who knew me. Right. So Sasha was was basically my personal assistant, and I think she helped a lot with the growth of Crybaby Entertainment. So what happened was a lot of hurt people would come into Crybaby, a lot of broken people, and then I always told her, like, hey, you sort the girls out, I'll sort the guys out. Because the stuff I learned in church, like when you counsel people, especially a woman counsel a woman and a man, some that effect. So with that being said, Sasha today, we've had our ups and our downs. We're not on the best of terms even right now, but I'd say we're chatting now again and so on and so forth. Because something heavy happened, and I was disappointed in her. And in the sense of the business, she then took a lot of my business ideas and ran off and started her own company and so on and so forth. But she knew me as a person, and she can vouch that what I'm about to say now is the honest truth, man, when it comes to what I'm telling now. Because I want to speak about the story, man. Right? So I dated a girl. Her name was Melanie, and we would break up and be together, and break up and be together.
Toxic relationship.
Sounds
toxic.
Something that effect, but even on my behalf, I was also a bit toxic. And
Yeah, that's
she
what I was earlier. I was talking about myself being toxic. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, so I then there was a girl that I flirted with, and we flirted and we spoke about, and I never really had time to chat on my phone because I was always busy. But whenever I had free time, I would chat to this girl, right? And we were just the vibe was just going each other. Stood me and said, "Okay, now we're gonna hook up and what and everything." And we're gonna watch a movie together. I'm trying to cut the long story short, man. So I'm just trying.
Who was this? Is this girl's name Melanie now or somebody else?
No. Melanie was like the ex at the time.
Okay, so this is somebody
So
else
I
that you were
broke up
chatting
with
to
Melanie,
on,
so I chat with this other girl, yeah. But she just joined Crybaby, and she was
on
like
social media.
modeling vibe. She came and she missed the class, and then we started chatting, and we just became like good friends. I said, okay, what's gonna happen is we must perform at the community chest. What's gonna happen is before that we can like chill together, watch a movie, chill, whatever. So we watched the movie, chill, whatever, and all that was going. And then we got done and we got ready for the community chest. We got to the community chest. We
Did the show.
did the show. We performed, and then we were done. And then I asked the other girl, Jamie, you're going to give her a love home because I don't smack nothing that I will go to Mitchell's Plain. So she said, I come to go to your house. And then she asked me in front of Jamie. So I'm like, yeah, okay, cool, it's slow. So we went to get us food, whatever. And then we were talking and we were talking about the relationships. And I said, I made this comment. I said, nah, because I'm still going to get back together with my ex. And then she was like, back together with the ex. So there's a thing maybe called borderline personality disorder that I learned now about recently. But I've always attracted those type of females. I also know why now because I actually go. I'm even now seeing a psychologist. Yeah, so. The psychologist break down things for me and whatever because my trauma in my childhood, the way my mother was, I look for those type of things in women, but they then become toxic and they end up destroying me and I'm always wanting to help and that's what's been happening, right? So this girl, she tells me, she not with me and her is going to be together, what about a fish place? I see this girl as a bitchy tatty. I'm like, yo, I'm going to take you home now. I'm just like, I'm not going to still, because something happened before that as well, where I'm a bit afraid to get into arguments with
Did you
women.
kiss her before that time?
We did kiss.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so we didn't have sex though.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, we kissed and they went back to my house. And then that's when I said, no, I'm going to get back to my ex. She put a bomb on me and I still knew the Crybaby party happening. After party theme, but I didn't tell her about it. But I'm like, so I said, look, nah, I'm gonna take you home, brother, because she was going a bit tatty. And then she started going crazy. And he said, yeah, you're gonna see. I'm gonna mess up your life and whatever. But while I'm driving in the car, I said, look, I'm just thinking to myself. I told her, if I said anything, maybe I did anything to offend her, I'm apologizing now already, whatever. And then we drove. And as I came to the house in Mitchell's Plain, she said, oh no, there's my boyfriend now coming. I said, are you going to be okay? Because everything was so dark there by the house. And then just before she closed my door, she said, you messed up my life. And you leave me like this for nothing. And she banged the door closed. Bah! And she leaves. And I think to myself, what can you do to me? I drive away. Lekker. I'm at the Crybaby party, having a lekker time. Come home. 4 o'clock in the morning, I get a phone call. Hey, Damon. Where is your Crybaby studios? We want to know where your Crybaby studios are. I'm like,
who's this?
A phone call, a lady's asking me because she has a daughter. I'm saying, you can phone me on Monday and we can talk about it. Because it was like 2 o'clock in the morning when I came from the party. Anyway, I get another phone call. Damon, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, why? My next door neighbor tell me, no, because there's a cop. The road is full of cop cars and there's a girl here that say, you attempted to rape her. My bro, I heavy that. I heavy that, my nigga. Anyway, so this girl comes in with her mommy and the police.
Where is this? Into your house?
In Fairways, yeah. I said in Fairways. So I'm explaining to her everything that happened. I said, no, this is what happened. This, that, and the other. I said, I didn't try. And whatever. And they did tests on her and everything that same day. But I think what could have happened was, this is how I sussed the thing out. I think she could have told a friend, Damon tried to rape me or something, and a friend told her mommy, and then the whole thing just went crazy. But what happened, they did tests on her, the test came back negative. I had a good return also, but check this out. I come to they told me they're gonna have to lock me up that day, right?
Yeah.
In the holding cell. Cool. So I go to the holding cell. You know how much people want to hear the story, my nigga. Yeah, I'm telling another story. So I go to the holding cell. As I come into the holding cell, there's this guy, Captain Peterson. He didn't like me because of something that happened. That's another story, and I have to tell that story for you to understand everything, man. His daughter was bullying one of the girls that was part of Crybaby, right? And trying to get him at the school. And that girl called me, and I got one of my cop friends to come into the school, and got that girl in trouble. But that girl's father is Captain Peterson at the police station. I hope you caught it.
Got it.
So Captain Peterson sees me. Oh, Damon is here. And he's having a field day. Nee, het is een oud ding van hom. Ba, ba, ba. And he take him at the back, give me a paar klappen. Ba, 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 ba. Take him at the back into the holding cell. And he don't allow me to get bail, nothing.
Keep you in the holding cell
Keep the
alone.
holding cell. Yeah.
Are you alone in the holding cell?
Nah, there's other Owen says that too. Amal is heavy vibe in there. You know, but I told the people my story. I'm like, nah, I'm innocent here. I didn't do nothing like that. And while that's happening, people's already posting on Facebook. Damon Roman raped a girl. Ba 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 ba. That's bra Randy G made a post. I don't know him. And you
Sure.
But you make a post, Damon Roman raped a girl. How heavy is that, bro? Anyway, so
So a lot of people know about this.
yeah.
Everybody know about it.
Well, it was like a story. It was like a story. But the thing is, people don't know the facts. A lot of people do know the facts, but a lot of people don't also know like I think the people who were involved will know the facts. So then they obviously did the test and it came back negative, and they also asked her when she according to her statement, she said we didn't know we were going to my house. She didn't know we were going to my house. So when we got to my house, I started pulling her clothes off and whatever, fish base. And then we went to the community chest to go and perform and whatever. And then she stopped the story there. Okay? That's just a statement she gave on the night. So then the story changed along the way. And then my lawyer said that if Mr. Roman obviously had to want to rape you, why wouldn't you, the minute you get to the community chest, shout for help? And say, this guy tried to rape me. I don't know. Try, phone your mommy, phone whoever, phone the people. You know what I'm saying? Why would you still go on stage and perform? Then I had Jamie as a witness also that I asked Jamie to give her a lift home because I didn't feel like driving to Mrs. Plain. And Jamie was a witness who said that she said she wants to go to my place. According to her statement, all that happened before we went to the community chest. But there was too many, you could hear she was lying, the whole Bible. And then, yeah, that's how I was found not guilty. Heavy now.
So they went to court and everything.
Yo, my brother, court case only ended in 2016 because every time we go, and then the judges either sick or they think it's postponed to another 4 months, and it went on like that for a while.
So they tarnished your name basically.
My business and everything. That's why I'm so I was very into this Amber Heard and Johnny Depp thing because of the fact that Amber Heard got a right to tarnish his name, and he was innocent. You know what I'm saying? And his business got affected. My business got affected. There were parents who actually stood by me in this court case that I was going through at the time because they were sitting in the classes, in the modeling classes, and after every modeling class, would give the people like motivation, man, like work at school, do your thing, that type of thing, and be confident and whatever.
Do you in this whole Indaba, in this whole thing, like, do you see any way that you felt that you could have prevented this?
Prevented the whole story going around, whatever?
Prevented everything from happening.
Yo, the thing is, the old me would have said, this is the old me would have maybe said like the younger me, because that's how I used to think.
Yeah.
Like the early 20 niggas used to think like, yeah, we broke up. Me and Melanie broke up for a dumb reason. Why didn't we just stay together? And I don't happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that's from my part, it's from her part, whatever. But at the end of the day, I think we all need to take self-responsibility, and I don't think I could have really avoided it, man. I think some things are just meant to happen in life. Like, there's a story in the Bible. I don't even know Joseph. Joseph, his brothers threw him in the pit and whatever that case may be, and he ended up a king, right? But he was also a slave, and he was accused of raping the Pharaoh's wife also. It was innocent. So like, I think there's certain things happen.
Do you feel also that maybe like that you like women or so bit too much sometimes?
Yo, the old me loved women like hectic. Like, I tell you that. Oh, let me tell you the story. So anyway, I'm in the holding cell, right? So they take me to the Gat. That's in Wynberg. Where all the inmates come from, Poles, everybody, right? And I'm wearing a hoodie, and I hear Damien. I check, who's this? Because it's just Vista and it's just this vibe. And he tell me, other guy Quentin, never used like dood. He's a groot man. He say, "Wat maak jy? This must be a plek for you." And he called me by side, and he was just looking after me, bitchy. And then my attorney came, and I had a good attorney. But the whole experience was like, yo, it was hectic, and I wouldn't want to wish it upon my worst enemy, like, to be in that position, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hectic. And I think there was a part of me that liked women, but I think I was more, like you said, I like women, and the honest truth is, I don't think there's a man alive that don't like women. And the thing is, I was more in love with the business side of things. And the reason why I brought Sasha's name up also was because of the fact that Krabi models would sleep over at my place all the time, but he would sleep right next to me. And I mean, I would never do anything. It's
sound like Michael Jackson, bro.
Nah, I'm saying, like, the thing is, I could have been chasing him and tolerating him and be like, I could have told Sasha, make regio.
Listen.
Make regio, this can Sasha make. What I'm trying to say is that that's not my nature. So you said something now, don't you think you like a woman too much? And that could have been the perception a lot of people got. But I think when it came to a rapping Damien, I got into the mind of like Mice and Didi wanted to piece out right according to, but not writing truths like about who we are, because I don't want to write about stuff I don't have, driving Mercedes with the ladies, whatever. But also certain things that they can create. Like I had a line, living in a Wendy is not a trendy. The brothers look at me with the girls, they envy.
Okay, so the reason why I will say that about the comments about the woman and stuff like that is because I don't trust you. The only reason, the only reason that I don't trust you.
I don't think they're big up.
Yeah, it's because
ding.
Of a woman situation.
With the M.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But
that's
what I'm saying. The only reason that I don't trust you is because of a situation of the woman is like, yo, you will betray a friend's trust for a woman. Listen,
you must know the story.
Listen, let me speak.
Okay,
you chime in, let me say.
Sorry, my nigga.
I let you speak a lot.
Okay.
On a few circumstances, like in the first circumstances, you'd betray a friend's trust for maybe a woman. Right? Then you're getting yourself around all these young women, and on top of it, as not just women your age, as women younger than you that's maybe in high school and stuff like that. That alone, bruh, is alarm bells ringing. Like,
I don't think that.
Let me finish, bruh. Let me finish.
Nah, I must make notes though. I must come with you. I must get back. Yeah.
Number one, you defray your friends' trust. Number two, you getting young lighties around you and stuff like that. That is maybe Icarus flying too close to the sun. And number three is like the fact that you had some very, very nice woman in your life. And you betray their trust as well.
Like who?
I'm not gonna say it because I don't think that person deserves for me to say it. But I'm gonna say, gonna say, who were you with in Matric?
Matric? Who was I with in Matric? Okay.
You know exactly who you were with in Matric.
Okay.
So I wouldn't do that. And the reason I'm saying this is like,
this is took fine. Okay, follow.
Yeah.
Okay, follow.
So you betrayed a very, very nice woman's trust. So it's like three circumstances like now. Over like it's like
exerted in your opinion.
Over like things like I maybe did like one of those two or maybe two of the three. I maybe do 2 of the 3 novels. I don't know, fuck. But
Okay, oh, yeah.
I'm just as guilty as you in many circumstances in my life where I've overstepped the boundaries when it comes to doing things with women. But I'm saying, like, in these 3 circumstances, it like felt to me, it's like, yo, bruh, that is like too
Yeah,
close to
that-
the sun.
Okay.
Yeah. Here we go.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm like the fly on the wall, right? Okay, so my question is, you don't trust him because of a girl thing situation, right? Right. But my question to you is, how does that equate to being guilty of rape?
No, never see this.
Oh, because I just want to make that clear because
Let's say I'm not guilty. I
You know
was
what I'm
found
saying?
not guilty by the judge.
I hear you, but I'm afraid that somebody that don't understand the nuances of conversations might even think that you know what I'm saying, that you might be saying that.
Let me put this to you. I don't think you're guilty of rape. I'm just saying that. Yeah, I don't think that is a situation, and that's not for me even me to comment on that. I do think that.
No, but he doesn't. You need to put him in, man, because I want to put him in so he understands.
Yeah, you can put him in now. But I'm just saying, like, in that situation, I just felt like you had to get that maybe so that people around you, that type of people, not that type of people, but being around those type of people who's maybe be problematic, could maybe get you into problems areas.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, when you're ready for me to
No,
swing back,
you go. Go.
Can I tell us one story, home?
Okay, go.
Can I tell one story before I
Yeah,
go
go.
in? Look here. So me and Joe, we playing tennis. We playing a tournament tennis match. Look here. This brother's partner, we playing a final. His brother's partner don't show up. It's me and the other manager playing. We play tennis, right? We's alone on the field. Every time we hit Joe there, Joe hit the ball. Ooh, gone. See, Ryan. And that's my nose gruwelijk. Anyway, let's go back to the story. Yeah, so you gave me some good high school memories.
I'm a hopeless athlete, but I keep trying. I keep trying.
What was the thing before the young girls, man? You said something.
No, you betray the friend's
Oh,
trust.
no. Oh, yeah, we talk about.
Over-
Okay. Yeah,
over-
let's go. Okay.
But
So-
these are all things you could have learned from. I'm not accusing of you of
Nah,
that now. I'm saying
Can I
those
mention the
things.
M name though? No.
No, don't mention people's names because they
Okay.
they don't deserve that.
Okay. So
Nobody's names.
we're not gonna mention, but let's do this. What's the Instagram model's name? Tessa. Let's say the girl's name is now Tessa. No? Right, that's the thing. So, my bro, this is how the vibe is. We didn't get the chance to discuss anything or say like, hey, what is the move? Obviously, my bro, like, you must understand, you telling me, he asked me, we young, we like, 13, 14, 13. Huh? How old is it?
Yeah.
13.
13 or something
He
like that.
smaakt this girl Tessa hard. Yo, he's tuk verliefd on this girl Tessa.
tuk
No, but he's
verliefd.
most young, most now oud.
Ja,
En
mos
Tessa
dan,
look-
ja, dom.
I don't even
I
know
mos
Tessa.
don't even know
I
anything.
never met Tessa. I don't know Tessa. He said I'm McGregor with Tessa. But Tessa, I think Tessa was interested in somebody else.
Yeah,
Somebody
in
else.
Tessa.
Nah,
Yeah, and so?
I think she was interested in somebody
Okay.
else. And then what I'm saying, yeah,
Tala dus.
like, but Joey, like Tessa, Joey's like, and I'm making them like trying whatever. And then, but she's every time changing the subject, so we start talking, you check what I'm saying. But my thing is, like, I didn't mean like, yo, I don't know how it ended up. Because I didn't even meet and she was already on a vibe with me. And we were both on a vibe because we were chatting.
Okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying?
But now the point is,
So I betrayed you. So I did betray you. I'm
Okay,
real.
there we
but
go.
the thing is,
So
like,
you
I
admit
never
to
got
that.
the chance to like really apologize and say, my nigga, I was young at the time. But I still told Michael, I said, Michael, what must I do you, my bro? Because like, how must I tell Joey? Because the entire time, I can't remember what Michael's advice was to me, but like, I think he said, nah, because I spoke to him about it. Like, I discussed, I said, it wasn't something that happened, like, I'm betraying in the back. It's not like I wanted also, because we were tight. How we, bro? We were like on a level. I think we were on a level.
Yeah.
Before-
But
I did, I feel like, nah, I felt mostly and I admit.
Oh, wait.
But
And
I
I
don't
wanna
do it.
say-
And because of that incident, I came to a point where I said to my brother, like, say for Ernie, if you date a girl, I'm never gonna even try anything there afterwards. Or if I date with them, because that was because of that thing. That thing knocked me hard, man, nigga. And for years, that thing was eating on me like, yeah. Like you'll never
I don't
make
know
it.
how much I believe.
No, I
I don't know
promise
how
you.
much I believe that you about it, but what I can say is like that it's good that we can have this conversation now. That 20 years later, what 50 years, 30 years later, we can have this conversation and
47
have
years
that
later.
thing. But my point was like is that like, and it's maybe also my
And I
own.
didn't want to talk to you. I didn't want to talk to you about it, but I didn't know how because like Mike's his witness. Like he knows. Like I think Def knows. Yeah. Like, but the thing is like and you also have your pride thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Why
eh?
pride? So you what were you
Like
talking?
I'm always like everything like yeah, this man don't need to, you don't need to explain nothing. Like what kind of leave him also leave anything and come and just flow his own way. So you know what I'm saying? But I was like I definitely regret it. I regret it. And it's not that there was something wrong with Tessa. This is cool. Like we are homies. We even feel it's okay, cool. And that just obviously was for us. We're young. I was actually a guy who never got in. I only started getting involved with girls in high school.
But my
So it was like one of my first girlfriends or my first. I didn't have much like caring them. I didn't really have much girl experience. So I was young, experiencing what love is, what is feelings, what is emotions. I was saying so it's hectic.
Yeah.
That's a
Anyway,
hectic thing, my nigga.
my point is like, and maybe it's also something that I need to heal about. Is like that I never trusted you since then, and like,
But
maybe
can
I
I
still
also
don't.
forgiveness though? Like, cause I think maybe I didn't come to that
that's
part.
awesome that you'd ask
So
me.
I
You
would
don't
really
need to,
ask
but
you.
yeah, I appreciate
I
it.
feel like like because like you look at it me for years, man. Like even when like there's times I would think about it. Even when I watch a podcast, I think because I think what would life have been like if that didn't happen?
Yeah, because
Between me and you.
the fact that I don't trust you, like you, and you feel that I don't trust you
No,
or
I
something
feel
like
I
that.
don't think I don't really care with it trust me not. 'Cause I know
Okay.
myself. So I'm not interested in what people think. But that was one incident. Then the other thing is like the young girls that was involved in crime. I never like I wasn't surprised dating this young chickies. I dated name names.
Don't name names. It's
Yeah,
fine.
but
Don't name names.
this is people. There's one girl older than me that I dated while I was running crime and I had close friendships with some of the like girls, but not too. But we were heavy in the rap vibe, was the rap thinkers. Happy. I was more in love with the business. That's my vibe. That's the honest answer. I'm like, even now, like I love business. I'm not gonna say I'm the best at it, but I think the things that I set up especially for my kids now already is something that's good. And I made certain investments instead of having a car. I'd rather have, things like that. Yeah. So I think it's a growing experience, man. But the thing I want to know is, do you forgive me, or do you want to think about it, or is it a process?
Bruh, the healing comes in me forgiving you, like my own healing, you know what I mean? Like, why do I hold, so it's like, why do I hold on to that for so long and stuff like that? I'm questioning my own stuff like that. But anyway, it's like you were saying, you were experiencing love and likes and
Feelings
all that,
and all
feelings
that,
and all that
yeah.
for the first time. So you were really like just messing, doing it about it and stuff like that. But we all learn and grow from everything, and that's what this fucking shit is about, man. That's what this shit is about.
So we
like.
covered Tessa, we covered the young girls. Now we must cover the other name. What's the other name?
The girl you were in matric.
Matric. The girl I was with in matric. My bro, if I'm be honest with you, on the real side, there is many sides to a story, and I've heard many things that even came from this podcast. It wasn't entirely true, and like I'll say, I wasn't perfect, but at the same time, the devil can also appear as the angel of the light. And sometimes those people who appear as the angel of the light is not who they seem to be as well. And I'm not passing the bucket because I'm saying I take responsibility. Yes, there was a time that I did mess up, and
So don't look at what the other people do. Now I always say this like
No, you're right. I mustn't look
I
at
always
it.
listen to my light in my light's like in my light's like, no, he hit me,
But-
no shit.
but understand
Don't
it.
look at that one.
All
Look
I'm
at your
saying
own,
is,
like
I'm
that's what I
taking
say.
responsibility for my
Yeah,
side.
you can
But
only
I'm
take
saying that there
responsibility yourself.
is more sides to the story that I'm long time over. There's not only, you know what I'm saying? That for me is not important really anymore. It's like we've moved on from there. That's the thing. Well, we should have.
No way.
That's the thing. Because our minds are still stuck there, and I feel sorry.
Oh, yeah.
For whoever is mine is stuck there.
I'm glad we had this conversation, man. And I'm glad you opened up about things that I didn't have to ask you about. Like, and I think we covered almost about everything. But like the takeaway from this whole conversation feels that like you understand that you've made fuck ups. And
Yes,
like,
man, nigga.
and now you like on a different trend. Like it's a different thing. Is like and earlier on I pressed you on a certain thing where I asked you how true was that. I asked you. I said, or how honest you about that answer.
Yes.
Like, the only reason I tried to ask you about how honest about you being about that answer is like because I really want the real reflection as how do you feel about certain things. Like it's like. And I said this to you on the way here, like it's like our trajectory from that time to where we are now doesn't match up. You know what I mean? By that
Definitely
I mean,
not, yeah.
But by that I mean is like we were if this was like a scale, like a thing like that, we were like skyrocketing, and all of a sudden we just like plateaued out for some apparent reason, and maybe it's like the mistakes that you say you made, like or situations that you found yourself in. But like you said, you took responsibility for your role in that situation. You know what I mean? It's like
and I think authentic, like you spoke about being like authentic and being real, man. I think that's important to ourselves because like the moment when we say certain things, you know, like in martial arts, you got this thing where it's a peripheral vision where you're looking ahead, but you can see everything else around you. And sometimes when you do say things that's not honest and true, it's like a body goes into the shock, right? And sometimes when you get that shock and there's certain words, we always ask ourselves, how true is that? And we should always try and correct that which is false to make it true, man. Because my main thing is all the mistakes I've learned now, I don't actually regret like a lot of things. I don't regret anything. Because of the fact that I think I've learned a lot. Like, our relationship was so off the tissue. I think that is one of the things I regretted, but it made me treat brother and girlfriend so much different. Man. Because I felt like I lost somebody, like, when I lost you as a brother, it was a bit too hard for me. And I know it seems like a sad thing to say, but, like, because we were tight, man, nigga. Like, yo, and I'm like, this girl tasted really, and, like, sometimes you have friendships and you wouldn't want that to end off so bad, man. Like I can say it. Because I regretted it bad.
yeah.
Because my bro, I would still think like, nah, this subconsciously I would still think, nah, this is my nigga. Like I'm be some hard times. Like when we stole my dad, it's cold. Yeah, when I got so the crooked to the end of the world. And you were there, loving me. I'm running like a man that's down the road. I think it's the end of the world. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? And yeah, you used to tell me, nah, don't smoke so much. Just take it easy. And I'm like, man, say, because I used to smoke with my other brothers. And I'm like, nah, stay like. But at the time we went through some heavy times, man, nigga. So there's some good things.
I still chill with Mike's, and Mike's is still part of our connection. Like Mike's has always been there, like the guy standing in the center, like all of us. Like it's a good conversation. Like the title of this podcast, I wanted to name it like it's a joke, like, but don't take it as a bad name. I wanted to name it Good Friends, Better Enemies.
Yeah, good friends, better enemies. Yeah, look at vibe. I don't know what it means.
We understand.
I don't know what it means, but it sounds so fun.
It just means like we've been through some good times and we've been through some bad times, but you know, it is what it is with, and it lands where it lands, and like I say, it's like the healing is in having these conversations. Sometimes it's a hard conversation to have, and to like we chug through it like a fucking like a steam train, and like I don't know if people who's gonna listen to this is gonna understand who they are and in the podcast, but I wanted to get a real honest feedback from you today, and I felt you were very honest. Like,
there's something though I want to say, man, like talking about the experiences, like even in the music industry, like you know, I dealt with some shocks, maybe bro, like Owens that like rope me heavy, like even people now that's like got big names that own like she over 20K, and like they let Owens, and so I try to have this role in the music industry now, even in life, but I try and help people, like just like you don't have to go like just to dodge that bullets. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I like the way you came up
Because
with a Vision CD series.
Vision United, yeah.
Vision United series, that series.
That's
a
actually the new label now.
Yeah,
So
so
it's
that
no more
is
for
a-
lighties anymore. My vibe is like, that's the lighties. Get the old folk
But
involved.
the concept of it is great. I like the concept of it. Like, I don't know if the product sells like still like the CD form, or if you must get another digital version. But I like the concept. Let me put it
Yeah,
that
and
way.
Joey, I don't want to talk long, man, nigga, but this is the thing. So there's been developments made all the time, and I didn't want to depend on the radio in order to make money because Sammer is already not the greatest. How can I say? Reliability or a form of reliability when it comes to our music hitting our royalties and sustainability. If I can say that. So we have to secure other avenues to get our revenue. You know what I mean? So there is a system in place which helps that, man. For example, we don't sell CDs anymore. We don't use DistroKid. We have our own way of distributing our music, and that we can keep track of also amount of sales coming in and so on and so forth. So yeah, so there is things in place, and God is really like been good in a sense of I can't like not acknowledge God in the growth and everything that's taking place because as a parent you have kids, you think to yourself, my bro, anything can happen tomorrow.
Tell me about
And
your
then
kids.
what
bro.
happens, huh?
Tell me about your
Huh?
kids.
Anything can happen tomorrow.
About your kids so far. How many kids have you got?
2 kids.
2 kids. Like I know about your kids, but tell me
Yeah,
the names
okay,
about your
okay,
kids.
okay, I got
man.
2 kids.
Because I know you love your kids. Like, one of my questions is your life as a dad. Like, and I know like it's a different part of you. Like, and I think you need to explain that part.
Okay,
of you.
so when my daughter was born dead, she didn't have oxygen and she didn't have no oxygen going to her brain for like 10 minutes and she was in incubator and trying to resuscitate
Your
her.
daughter, what's her name?
Silva, Silva.
Okay.
Silva Roman. Yeah, so then she was born since she was a machine or what, and I can see she's a fighter. Silva is
She was born in the incubators.
like no, her mother was in a small so there was not enough water, and the heartbeat was like she was feeling cramps and the heartbeat stopped while she was in her mother's womb, whatever. And they had to cut her out, and then she came out pale. My bro, I see my daughter is white. They putting her onto the thing and trying to resuscitate her back to life. And then she was supposed to be a vegetable. She was supposed to
Sure.
oxygen.
Not enough oxygen to her
Her
brain.
brain was swollen. They had to put an ice pack,
Fuck,
whatever. And then when they look at the,
Yo, it's a
the
kak
thing, they're like,
experience.
yeah, bro. And also, you could see people was praying for her. And she's healthy, she's smart, she's intelligent, she's a daddy's apple. She's like, yeah, I love my kids. I get in the brains.
How many kgs did she weigh when she was born?
I don't know, man. Nigga.
Like she was a small baby. Like
Nah, it was a time to come almost like 8 months.
okay.
But the thing is this, I wasn't even thinking about that. My thing was I was like, I'm like, and I just at that moment I just thought to myself, just chill, nigga. Don't get excited, don't panic, just it's in God's hands. What must happen, must happen. If it's a time, if it's not a time, it's in God's hands. And I was like, I'm like, Lord, you take over there.
Sure, me bro. That's one thing that I'm so grateful for, is to have healthy kids, me bro.
Yeah.
And I get so paranoid about my kids' health and stuff like that. We so lucky, me bro. Like
Not this. The first thing my kids come to me, the first meal they have, full on veggies, me bro. I'm like, nah. The first, I almost only
I don't give so much veggies, me bro.
Nah,
I give you feel
first
bad.
meal.
Yeah.
I like cooking. I would take a Turk's broccoli, cauliflower, and my guys will share. Right, Jodo, you have, Silva, you have. They have a big piece. And I make sure they have enough intake, baby marrow, what, really good. And then I got my son Jodo. That nigga. Yeah, my son Jodo. Yeah. My son got this daddy's fit cup. He's exactly like me. He's terrible. He's like full on fighter. He's turkey intelligent. He only listens to his daddy. Like he think his daddy stronger than a Hulk, man, bro. Like I was strong. I said, who's it? Who is strong like? He pick up his plastic motorbike. He's strong like Hulk. He's strong like Superman. No, I'm strong like daddy. Yeah, it's slapped you.
It's quite that, man. Sky. Your son think you strong, my son only think the rock is strong. He's like, nah, you're right, I'm alright, but I'm not that strong. Like the rock, he's like super strong. Like, yeah.
I don't know, but like I noticed so much things, man. Like I'm in the mall and I'm telling the guy at the till, I'm like, my bro, check here. I'm looking at this backpack come.
Yeah.
I'm saying, my bro, check here. How long is the sale for? Like he's standing in the trolley, he's going, my bro, check here, my bro. I realized, as I'm speaking to the people, he does everything I do.
That's the thing you must watch, like how he speak, man. Yo, my son's like, he talk just like me sometimes. Like almost like mimic the way the way I speak.
I can ask you a question, man. But how much of yourself do you see in your kids?
Sure.
Doesn't it shock you?
I don't know, me, bro. I don't know. I think my wife was my kids like that. I don't know.
But is it like, is it?
I don't know.
Now, how much of your wife do you see in your kids, percentage-wise?
How do you mean, like looks-wise or
No, I mean like
attitude?
in the personality and
I don't
the way
ever
they
see
think.
my person. I think they got their own personalities, man. You know.
Is it?
Yeah, they
But
like
you see things evolving all the time. Also.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how their brain. My daughter sometimes I think I see a little bit of me like in certain things like my son. He likes to laugh, like so. I think that part, like, he likes to make jokes and stuff like that, like make people laugh. Like
on your side, because I always think to myself, I don't know if I can ask this question, but I used to think to myself, looking at you, I think to myself, now who's that brand your life at you now? Mimicking, is it your daddy? Is it the uncle? Who used to have this vibe of you? Like, he's just standing with Mike's
my dad, you know, my dad is my dad.
Oh, so you were like on your daddy's vibe?
Yeah, he was my dad didn't have a dad, like, no. So he grew up with his grandpa and stuff like that. So
like
his dad left when his dad was like 2 years old. So he like being a dad was important to him, I think, like because he never had a dad, like, so it was like a bit of a vibe to that, like, so he wasn't like, yo, I had a fucked childhood because of it.
I can imagine, my
yo,
bro.
my childhood was a lit, my bro.
Look,
but the only thing is, I used to get fucked up, my bro. And he was a big brother.
Oh, because he trap you, like.
Yeah, he used to give me hiding belts or level belts.
But that's the norm for him, man.
Yeah, that was a norm. So that time now, even till my whole life, I could take a beating, like a punishment, because that time he was sick just from work.
Oh,
and
and you
like,
were bitchy. Nah, but you were bitchy much.
Like a leather belt, like,
but you were bitchy much.
Everybody used to get that type of.
Nah, but you were bitchy on other level too. I don't think there was a bara like you on the earth.
I was a bitchy. The stuff that I quote on, like, sometimes I think to myself, why the fuck?
I remember. I can tell you so much stories.
I quote on too much things that, like, why did my brain think to
like,
do
why?
that?
But you just said something important now, man. Like, this is the thing. So with my kids, right? I always say this at their birthday parties, whenever the family comes together, or like at service. I said that my kids will never experience rejection or negativity from their father, ever. That's my words. And I always say that words.
You succeed.
Because I was constantly rejected by my parents.
But
with everything.
Do you succeed, though?
What?
You set out to do certain things to not reject them, or like do you
I'm
pass that all the time?
I'm gonna tell you, as far as rejecting my kids, I never reject my kids.
You can't say
I've
that.
never
though.
done.
It's very difficult to say that, because I mean, like say for instance, you're busy with something or something like, you know what I mean? I know what you mean, like rejecting them if they come with ideas, like, but in a small aspect, you do
like
like
looking after them even. Like I will even sometimes stop my business and I will look after my kids rather. I will I'm very with that. Also, I'm very overprotective over my kids' minds. The negativity thing though, like I had to apologize to my daughter because I was like with my daughter, right, and I was like shouting at her because she wasn't understanding certain things. Like, I don't know if it was colors. Yeah, I think I was still.
I think that's what I'm talking about. I mean, we struggle as human beings to always get it always right as parents, man.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean? Because you live in a daily life.
Because my son was catching on certain things faster, and she's older than him. But then I realized, in the studies and my research, I found, because I actually researched ECD and I went crazy, and then I found out that, and I thought maybe it's because of the way she was born, dead, and there could be a problem with her ear, and she's not grasping things. Then I found out that girls, through the ECD studies, they take longer to develop than boys, and boys catch on faster.
Mine is totally different, like.
Yeah, maybe, but according to like statistics, maybe yours is different. But I've asked many ECD people, and it's on the
they pick up
podcast
this.
now, and they said, yeah, that's why girls mature faster than boys because they take longer to grasp things. They mature much more faster. Boys just. But anyway, so then I was kind of like shouting at the bitchy, and I felt off this like bad. I was like, yo, well, then she got the colors, but she's also more sharper than other things. Then I had to like calm down.
What's the age difference?
Then I had to come 3, 4, basically. So and I had to come and I had to apologize to her. I tried to like at least be real with her.
Physically mature faster than boys. Physically due to the quick process in puberty. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I wasn't lying, but you can trust me in that. So anyway, so the whole thing is, so I do my research also, but because I'm so involved with my kids' lives, I'm like, I research everything, like the last thing about them. Like I'm busy now with a kids' children's book, audio book, it's because children are just on the phones all the time, not reading anymore. So like, back in the day, they had this maybe cassette players where the children read. You go, kring, down the page, and it's like,
I remember that. Yeah,
Kathy
I used to
Mark.
have it.
So I'm busy with something like that now, So I'm dedicating that to my kids, yeah.
I remember that story. So I used to listen
And
to
just
the
before you
cassette.
came to fish me, I was putting some bits of Kathy and Mark down because like the way they teach Kathy and Mark is a certain way you teach kids how to read. So my kids are young, but I'm basically trying to put that in order now already with them and get their brains adjusted into that now already.
Oh, wait.
Because my brother's teaching English in Korea as well.
Is it?
North Korea. Yeah, so he's telling me like the kids, they're so much more intelligent, but the program and the way of living is different to our kids, man. Like, for example,
social skills are totally different to our social skills. Like our social skills is
Yeah, no,
way
you're right.
better than
Than their social skills.
skills.
Definitely.
But they more
yeah,
intelligent.
they
like,
get up, work, they do exercise, work,
Yeah.
and they start early and they end late, bro. Like our school ends 2 o'clock. It's like late. So yeah,
But I don't think that there's a quality to life that I think the people living that life miss. Like even like I lived in London and I lived here. I feel for me personally, yeah, their quality of life is better financially, but the quality of life, whereas in like living and experiencing and socially, is way better, man. You know what I mean? If there's no lockdown, I mean that is like you still get that family and there's still so much more connectedness in a country like South Africa rather than a third world country, one of those other countries. But that's just my perception. Like Korea is maybe fairly advanced, right?
Korea is very advanced.
And the maths and all that type of stuff was high, and the technology and stuff like that. But they just working all day. They just coming home and then sort of thinking about more work.
There's no houses there.
Work.
It's just
You know what
flats
I mean?
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and the weekend, what type of life do they have? Like, whereas here you experiencing life more, you socializing, you doing more. So that's how what I feel. But I mean, each to his own.
But you say a lot of things, man, that actually can divulge into big topics. You know what I'm saying? Like when you talk about family. A lot of families aren't the same like it used to be back in the day, like we grew up, So like I'm seeing that a lot happen with my friends, especially like families are separating and it's quite hard. People's more focused on their own careers.
It's difficult to keep a family together, but I think it's important. It's an integral part of going forward. And I mean, as men, we struggle to do this, like because to keep a family together, because like fuck the stresses of just like everything, man, and everything is just on you all the time. But fuck, it's our duty.
Well, what advice would sorry not to ask you this question, what advice would you have given somebody like me in that position that was in like say like with Tessa to come to you? Or how would you would have liked me to approach you? Say somebody's watching this now and they could be in a similar situation. Or how do you think?
Just advise me like, hey, bruh, check your, is it alright if I chase this kid because this kid
No,
like
I'm
me?
talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like the fact that check your, I fat mus, my nigga. Like I took mus, I was young.
Okay, and so
made
now
a mistake. Now when I come to and say, look, I made a mistake, my nigga. I'm asking forgiveness. Everything alright? How do you like that to be done?
Just say, man, bro. Check it out.
But I appreciated this moment. It was magical, man.
So yeah, that's what I tried to create, magical moments in the podcast. That's what I do, don't I?
Shisa, zo.
Look, check
Zo is
it,
die,
man. Yo, it's what crickets for magical moments. Check out.
You know, quite slogan, magical, creating magical moments that way.
Check out. There's a lot of things that we need to address in our lives, man. And I think as we're getting older, we're starting to unpack it more. I can hear that you definitely unpacked it a while back. I've always wanted to have you on the podcast, but I've never look. So I've had this podcast with me and you 50 times in my head.
Is it?
Yeah.
And
And I've analyzed almost every situation it would have gone. And this is the best outcome. Okay. I'm almost like, what's your brother's name? Multiverse of Madness, like, because I do it like a comedy routine, like that's what I do it.
Okay.
So I talk to you and I imagine what you're gonna answer. Then I talk to you in my
I
head
do
like
the same
that.
thing, my nigga.
I talk to you and I imagine what you're gonna answer. Yeah, it's exactly like that. So I do that, and that's why we're able to go an hour, because I've gone down so many passages with you. So I've gone through the dad story. I've gone through the story of each crybaby story with you in my head already. So that's how I unpack it. Like, and I'm glad with the outcome. And I knew it would be more or less where it was, and this is the best outcome for what we want to put out.
See, because I just want to say one thing, man. Like I told you, like my approach is to help people, man, and things like that. Like I feel like in this generation we're living in now, we have the power to break generational patterns. Like
exactly.
Or I don't want to call it curses. The Bible refers to it as curses, but it is curses. It's negative. But I mean, and I think because of COVID, it made people look at themselves in a very different manner psychologically.
Yeah.
So we have the power to break generational patterns. So like, why not do it, man, for the kids? You know what I mean? That's the move. Like, why don't you do it for your kids? Why not do it for my kids? We break a generational patterns that we think we can make them super kids. Change the vibe.
And I think with that we should sign off, me bro. We've please check us out. Like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. Damon and I's just gone super deep here. We've unpacked some old stuff, and I'm glad we had this opportunity to talk, man. And I know there's people that still think think cack of you out there, or if they do think cack about you. No, there is. After that blasted out like that on social media. You know, they told me that said Diamond Roman did this on social media. You know what I mean?
Oh,
you
but
told me.
this is like how many years ago?
Yeah, but
2016.
whenever he did that, there's obviously people that still have seen that and they still have a perception of you. Let's hope that they see this podcast and see that your side of the story and understand that there's more to a person. And even if a person has gone down stupid routes in their life, like there should be some form of, I'm not saying you did anything. I'm saying what there should be is like some form of, if you make mistakes, there should be some form of a redemption. If a cancel culture, this can't exist, my bro. Yes, we did stupid things in our growing up. But now we're older, man. Now we learn from it. Now you must give us a better chance to grow and stuff like that. Give us an opportunity to teach other people how we fucked up. Like, let us show people, our kids, how to treat people better, because how we were maybe brought up wasn't like the best of ways, or we fucked up along the way, and all we're trying to do is the best, take
Survive.
the best, and put our best foot forward. Thank you, Dayman, for joining me, man.
Oh, thank you for having me, man.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Yeah.
DJ Fungus. Yeah,
DJ Fungus.
He's in the house.
Yo, please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. Peace. We out.
This is the Joe Zone.